Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Dustin. And it's a gorgeous day outside. And I think gorgeous days help you feel good inside. So it's the perfect weather to address this message of achieving or maximizing your self-worth. Some time ago, my wife and I were arguing. She had finally had enough and she blurted out, "You know what? I know I should have married The Rock." "The Rock?" I said. "What does he have that I don't have?" Believe me, she had a list. Celebrity status, he's famous, muscles, money. Whoa, I said, "I have something that The Rock doesn't have." "What?" she replied. "I have hair." She laughed and then continued, "The Rock has his own clothing line with Under Armour." So you know what I did? I hopped online and I purchased myself a brand new pair of Project Rock cross-training shoes. The day those bad boys arrived, I looked at the box, that Brahma bull on the outside, and I slowly opened up the box and took out the sneakers. Look how pretty they are. I waterproofed them and then put them back into the box. Some of my friends who knew I had purchased the Rock training shoes said, "How are those Rock shoes?" "I don't know," I replied. "I'm too afraid to get them dirty." Now listen, I paid $150 for those shoes. Please don't tell my wife. The true price of anything is what a consumer is willing to pay for products or services. But does that mean what their value is? Did the material cost $150 to make those shoes with labor and anything else? Probably not. So I ask you, what is your self-worth worth? And what are you willing to do for it? Now, my favorite pair of shoes, my most comfortable pair of shoes are these. An old pair of Nikes, which at one point were the same color as my Rocks. But what happened? I put them on and I wore them, and now they're covered with dirt, grass stain, filled with sweat, and they even have a few drops of blood on them. But these shoes have maximized their worth. Now I can tell you, The Rock didn't get his huge muscles by sitting on the couch, eating bonbons, and hoping that one day he would become famous and get big muscles. I love it when people say, well, it's genetics or it's natural for him. You know what's natural for The Rock? Is making hard work and determination a part of his daily routine. My friends, I want to share with you 5 tips that I think will help you realize your worth. Number 1, you have to believe in yourself. When Tiger Woods was the #1 golfer in the world and he had just won an event, a reporter asked him, "Tiger, do you really believe that every time you step out onto the golf course, you're going to win?" Tiger chuckled, then replied, Of course I do. I wouldn't want to enter saying, boy, I hope I get 10th place. If I don't believe in myself, nobody else will. Number 2, stop believing what everybody else are telling you that you're worth. It's easy enough in today's environment to have disbelief, stress, anxiety, etc. We build walls up. If you believe you're worth something, go get it. In my favorite movies, Rocky and Rocky Balboa, Rocky's having a talk with his son who is now grown. His son says, Dad, everything that I have is because of your name. I got hired at my job because of you. My friends want to hang out with me because they like you. Rocky turned to his son and said, Son, if you know what you're worth, go get what you're worth. But you have to be willing to take the hits. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to have a life. 3, try positive self-talk. There was a period in my life when every morning when I was getting ready, I would look in the mirror and say, Dustin, today you can. Today you will. You're a winner. Go get it. And you might have to do that until you can do it throughout the day when hard things happen, when self-doubt is created. Number 4, develop positive relationships and nurture those. Think about who's on your friends list or who's in your life that are your biggest cheerleaders. Is it friends? Is it family? I imagine the more that you really think about it, the smaller that list becomes. It's probably only a handful of people, and that's okay. Negative people you may have to get rid of or ignore. You don't have to answer the phone. You don't have to return their messages. Nurture those relationships that are most beneficial for you. And number 5, friends, do not be afraid to get your shoes dirty, because then they don't realize your worth. You have to sometimes step out of your comfort zone. And when you're not afraid to get a little dirty, get some blood on it, put some sweat in there, that's when you can maximize your potential. Muhammad Ali, who some consider to be the greatest boxer ever, used to say, I do not even count sit-ups until I get to the ones that hurt. Those are the ones that count. Each of us are worth the same amount as the rock. Our self-worth. In the movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Kevin Costner, if you remember, played that character. There was a point in the show when he was returning back to his castle and said that he inherited all of this. And Robin said, nobility is not a birthright. It is determined by one's actions. So here's my challenge for you, my friends. Over the next few days, over the next few weeks, start to practice belief in yourself and tell yourself what you deserve. You have to be your best coach. Start by saying, I will, I can, I deserve this. I'm going to win today. Once you believe that, you'll see positive results in your actions. I believe that you can do it. I really do. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. I'll be all ears. Friends, thank you for watching. And if you love this kind of content, don't be afraid to subscribe. Let's make the world a better place together.